Hey, hey, hey. All right. So it is week 3. We're talking about the state of the eagle. Launch to Live has to deal with the state of the eagle. We launch with intention. And when we launch with intention, we launch by assessing. This is the week of assessment. Okay. So we first go into launch, we go into let go, and we go into assessment. And when you go into assessment, that means we look at everything of the eagle. And as you could tell in our slide, you see that the eagle, after it gets a certain age, and you could tell that life has taken its course with the eagle. His beak is worn, his talons are worn, the feathers on his chest are heavy because they have taken a beating through life, and everything is stuck on it, stuck to it. So now he's carrying around a weight. And with the eagle can choose to die, or the eagle can go through a painful process of change which lasts 150 days. And when I thought about this, I thought about men and women, because we often run into a season where you have to choose to move on, you have to choose to get up, you have to choose to live. And if you don't, you can die spiritually. Not saying you can die physically, but you can die spiritually, you can die mentally, you can die without clarity and continue to stay in the same position day in and day out without moving. So as you can tell right now, this eagle has gone through life. And when he's gone through life, he has to choose this day. Am I going to live? Am I going to die? And when he chooses to live, he takes off to the highest mountain. And when he takes off to the highest mountain, a cave where he can stay in for 6 months. And in that cave, he makes a conscious decision that I am going to live, which means he commits to the process. And the process is to launch. And in order for me to launch, I have to get me together. I don't know about you guys, but I got to get me together. I got to get my head together. I got to get my mind together. I got to get my spirit together. I got to get everything about me together. Therefore, in his commitment, he has to imagine where he wants to be. He has to remember. I want you guys to imagine where you want to be in the next 6 to 8 months. Imagine where you want to be in the next 6 to 8 years. And then I want you to feel yourself there. I want you to think yourself being there. I want you to smell it. If it's on a beach, you should be smelling salty water. If it's on a beach, you should be feeling the sand between your toes. I want you to envision you being there. If it's just being successful, where would you be? Would you be in a high rise, in your own office, at your own desk, with your own staff? Would you be traveling around the world with your kids? It all depends on where you want to be, but you have to see it. You have to see what you want to believe. Don't believe what you see, but see what you want to believe, okay? So the cave experience is to assess the situation. It's the trial, it's the renewal, and it's a rebirthing process. The trial is to make the decision to get up and fly to this cave, because this is the last time I'm going to feel this heaviness, the brokenness of my beak, and what the things that I used to carry, I can't carry anymore. So I'm coming to the realization that things have to change. The renewal is that once I get into the cave, I have to begin to rid myself of some things, get rid of some things, walk away from some things, forgive some people, forgive myself for letting myself reside in that position for so long. I have to walk away in my mind and my heart, my soul, my spirit, and I have to wash my hands of those things. So he has to come to the realization of the feathers. I got to pluck all those things out. Why? Because this is just heavyweight now. And then my talons, I have to break those. Why? Because they're so old. Anything heavy that I try to pick up, I hurt. I'm broken. Have you ever tried to pour from an empty cup? Right. Only thing you get is broken ceramic. And we don't want that. So in order for you to renew again, you may have to break the things that you used to carry. You may have to break the things that used to hold, those talons that used to carry so much weight. Let me break them. And then my beak, I used to eat so good, but now I can't eat good. I can't talk good. Why? Because it's covered with bitterness. It's covered with rejection. So I got to break my talons. I got to break my beak. And imagine how he looked. If you go back to that slide, He looked just like the one in the middle, but even worse. I should find me a bald eagle, but he looks even worse because now he's bald. He has no feathers. He plucked all of them out. He broke his beak. He broke his talons, and he's sitting and he's waiting to be healed. And in the process of being healed, he has to get rid of things. He has to think through his process, and he has to let things go. That's being mindful. That's saying, I'm done. That's saying, I choose to begin again. That's saying that today is a new day, and I choose to live the way God wants me to live. I don't believe God ever wants any of us to hold on to something that's not holding on to us. So I choose today to walk away. So now as he commits to the process, why is change needed? Many times in order to survive, we have to start a change process. We sometimes need to get rid of old memories, habits, and other traditions. When I was going through my divorce, one thing that I used to tell my kids, I said, hey, it's time for us to create new memories. We don't want to continue to rehearse what hurt us, because that means we'll never move forward. So today we choose to create new memories, which means every time we will go into a holiday, we will go into a birthday, we will go into another day, and it will remind us of what we used to do. We purposely did things differently to reconstruct a new pattern. And that's what I want you guys to do. Reconstruct a new pattern, because certain things, especially around the holidays now, it can bring depression real quick because we continue to think back of what we used to do. Start doing things different and mean it and do it on purpose and make it significant, so then you know, hey, this is me doing something new. Hey, we had fun doing this. And the next year you do it again. And the next year you do something different. And you know what happens? 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now, you'll forget. Oh, I forgot we used to be that kind of family. Oh, yeah. Why? Because we interrupted the pattern. Only free from past burdens can we take advantage of the present. So you got to free yourself of anything in the past in order to free yourself to be in the present, to be in the present. The present is a gift. And many people don't want to give gifts to those who are still thinking about the past. So your time in this season is give yourself a gift of life and breathe again and live again. And if you have to shed some tears, let it be tears of refreshing and tears of joy, and to know that I am starting over fresh without stress. I'm starting over, and I'm going to love this part of my life because I choose to be me. Okay? So